Welcome to the Put on Waivers Media Group, home of the Put on Raiders podcast and the Student Body Right podcast. This is your place for the best breakdowns and the best insight for those who fight on and bleed silver and black. Now, here are your hosts, Dwayne Douglas and Ryan Holmes.
And welcome, everybody, to another glorious episode of the Put on Raiders podcast. I am your host, Dwayne Douglas, along with Ryan Holmes, and we are podcasting off the beautiful shores of the Pacific Ocean. Beautiful day out here in Southern California. PORSBR is my Twitter handle, and RHOLM22 is Ryan. Ryan got the all black on with the headphones ready to go. He's all draft ready to go. So we're gonna have the drafts. We're gonna do a couple of different things here. First, we got to talk about Jets. And we got to talk about them getting Aaron Rodgers. Then we're gonna do what we always do every year is we're gonna alternate picks, flip a coin, alternate picks in the one draft, and then Ryan's gonna do a draft. I'm gonna do a draft, and then we'll put it on Twitter and we'll see. You can vote. I'll put it on my Instagram as well to see who you guys can vote to see who you think did better. As a GM, I would probably say we both will do better than McDaniels and Ziegler, but we'll see. Maybe they'll come. Maybe they'll come through. Maybe they'll channel their inner Bobby Beathard and come through in the draft. Ryan, how you doing?
Good. We need to be optimistic this week.
I'm optimistic. Yes.
The Raiders can need to change their fortunes.
Yes, they will. We'll see if they can do that. Hopefully they can. All right. So let me see. Hopefully this is not going to glitch out on me, but let's go. And this is going to be the draft here. So I did every team right now. So we're going to start heads or tails. Heads or tails on this first pick. Heads or tails.
I'm a tails guy. So
tails never fails. It's tails. So your tails never does fail. All right. So you can go first, and the board is yours.
So I'm picking for the Panthers here.
Picking for the Panthers.
I would take Bryce Young, and I think they're leaning that way. Bryce Young's been QB1 for me the whole time, and he still is. So let's go Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, and then I'll go Jalen Carter. I'll go Jalen Carter here. I know everybody's talking about Will Anderson, but I'll go Jalen Carter here. I think they're going to skip the quarterback for right now. They might come back to it later on. We'll see how the draft board goes. And then now we have the Arizona Cardinals.
He threw a curveball at me right away. Number 2, Jalen Carter. Okay. Cardinals here. We're not going to do trades in this mock draft. That's going to get way too confusing at this point. So I think they're going to sit there. They're going to take the best defender available, and I think they're leaning Will Anderson Jr., the edge out of Alabama.
Sounds good. So we're sitting here talking about quarterbacks right now. You're looking at the Indianapolis Colts. We know what they're looking for here. There's 3 quarterbacks on the board. I'm going to go, and this is not wishful thinking. I'm just going to go Will Levis here at quarterback for the Colts here. Will Levis, the quarterback, will be the new quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot for Seattle. They've been linked to defensive players, to Tyree Wilson, to the cornerbacks. I think if they get to this point and C.J. Stroud is still there, I think they take a gamble here and they take the quarterback. I'm going to give them C.J. Stroud over Anthony Richardson. I think with a 1-year deal, basically with Geno Smith, C.J. Stroud can slide in, and they can thank the Denver Broncos for giving him that pick.
Give them C.J. Stroud. And we have our favorite head coach, Mr. Dan Campbell. But I mean, they're going to be with Rodgers gone, they're going to be the favorites here to win that division at least. So defensively, could go defense, could go offense, could go a lot of different ways. I'm going to have them go and grab Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson is going to be the pick for them. Have a matchup with Hutchinson there. So you get the Raiders.
So I get to be the guy, and I'm staring at the 2 players that the Raider Nation wants to argue over. I'm a Christian Gonzalez guy. I just want the bigger, more athletic outside guy with speed. I love Devin Witherspoon, but give me Christian Gonzalez if this played out. I would pass on Anthony Richardson. I would take the corner if it fell this way for the Raiders.
Okay, so you're doing Christian Gonzalez.
Christian Gonzalez, yes.
Christian Gonzalez. All right, cool. I am gonna go offense here for the Falcons. I'm not sold on Ritter, so I don't think they are either. This is a good opportunity for them to go grab a quarterback, and I think that I'm gonna go. This is where I'm gonna have Anthony Richardson go. Go to the Falcons.
Yeah, the Bears are interesting at 9. A lot of people are linking them to offensive linemen here. I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm going to give them the corner Witherspoon, the local product out of Illinois. Their defense is not very good, and I think he's a good player to fit into that defense and build around for the future.
All right, number 10. This is a team that seems to always do well here. In this, and as far as that goes, I'm gonna go with looking at Eagles. They live, breathe, and die on their offensive and defensive lines. I like Miles Murphy out of Clemson. I'm gonna go Miles Murphy out of Clemson here.
Yeah, this actually falls pretty well for the Titans. They need offensive line help. None have gone yet in this draft, so I'm going to go Paris Johnson, the offensive tackle out of Ohio State.
Paris Johnson, getting the spot where I can get the Paris Johnson. Boom. All right, here we go. And then we got the Texans coming back. So maybe they were hoping for a quarterback here. They're not going to get a quarterback here. They already got, let's see here, they already got Jalen Carter. And this is a defensive head coach. He wants to be able to do all the things he could do in San Francisco. I'm going to double up on the defensive line and go Nolan Smith from Georgia, the edge.
And that leaves us with the Jordan Love now led Green Bay Packers that Aaron Rodgers isn't there. I think they need to build on the offense. They've taken defensive for years, players there. I'm going to give them Jackson Smith Najigma, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Interesting that once Aaron Rodgers is gone, that they would add a wide receiver, which they never really did for him. But I think they need to give weapons to Jordan Love right now because they have to figure out fairly quickly if he's the guy moving forward.
Patriots here. The Patriots can go a lot of different ways. Let me see what they got. What's corner situation is left. They like that. Let's see here. For the Patriots. What do I want? What would Bill Belichick do in this situation? Probably gonna go probably go on the defensive line. Edge. What we got here? Let's go to roll with Luke Van Ness. Luke Van Ness from Iowa. Roll with that pick for the Patriots.
It's definitely a Patriots pick.
Yes,
that kind of guy. Jets are interesting. Now they have Aaron Rodgers. They have good weapons. They have a good back. They have a decent defense. I'm going to add pass rush here. I think that they need a pass rusher. Let's give them Will McDonald, the edge out of Ohio State, just a blur off the edge. Undersized, but they can use him as a pass rusher until he puts some weight on, but he would look good in that Jets defense screaming off the edge.
All right. So we got the new ownership. No more Daniel Snyder out there in Washington. I think they want to kind of do something exciting with this pick. Get the fans going. It may not be probably the right move necessarily, but I'm gonna go. This is where I think Bijan Robinson goes. They have a backfield already, a good running back already, but I just feel like he's not gonna get out of the first round. I could see Washington going out here and getting Bijan Robinson. One more time.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's it. All right. I got Steelers.
Steelers need to build around that rookie quarterback they took last year in Kenny Pickett. Let's beef up the offensive line. I am going to give them Darnell Wright, the big right tackle here. I think that they want to run the football and be physical. They want to build on the outside of the offensive line. So let's give them Darnell Wright, which is interesting because the other two guys are still there. I like Wright to the Steelers over Skoronski, although Skoronski probably better technique right now, but long term, I think Wright's a better fit for what the Steelers want to do.
So I got Campbell's company here. They could go a lot of different ways. Offensive line, I think they played pretty well last year. Let me see what we got here. Running game. Let's see. So they don't. I think tight end is where I'm going to go with here with the Lions because I feel like that could be a spot where this is probably one of the best um, situations or years for tight ends. So I'm going to go Michael Mayer goes to the Lions. Give Goff more weapons.
Yeah, that's a good fit. They traded Hawkinson, I believe, to the Vikings, so they definitely have a hole there on offense. I'm going to throw a curveball here at 19. I'm going to give Hendon Hooker to Tampa. They didn't really make any moves as a quarterback. They have Kyle Trask there. They really don't have anything to build around, so I think they roll the dice and see if Hooker can get ready by the middle of the season and throw him into the fire here. But that'd be a good landing spot with the weapons they have on the outside for Hooker.
So though in the league they invited they do a consensus in the league to like invite a lot of people invite certain players because they don't want a kid sitting there forever. You had the Ohio State wide receiver go earlier. I'm gonna go with Jordan Addison here for the Seahawks. Just give him a weapon. Give him another weapon there at wide receiver. They have Lockett, they have DK Metcalf, but just give him another weapon, and who knows how long. Lockett's been there for a while now, so maybe that's a spot where Jordan Addison could just kind of ease his way into the starting lineup.
Yeah, Chargers, I'm going to give him pass rush. I need defensive help here. I'm going to give him the defensive tackle out of Pitt. Kalasia Cansey. Let him wreak havoc on third downs opposite Joey Bosa, and Khalil Mack is still there. That's a fearsome three-guy pass rush to get after quarterbacks, especially in the AFC West.
So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this move as if I was running the Ravens because everybody, when the Ravens get players, they always end up getting players who are not useful in my mind to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is inside the numbers thrower more so than an outside the numbers thrower. They keep getting these little wide receivers and it doesn't work out. You don't want to keep having their tight end be the only option. Mark Andrews gets hurt, and then all of a sudden they have nothing in the middle. I'm gonna go tight end here. I'm gonna roll with. I know how good Kincaid is, but I'm gonna roll with a very kind of an early pick of Darnell Washington. He seems like a bigger, more physical target for Lamar Jackson. There's an overreach here, but I just feel like it's about they need to go get a tight end.
I think Minnesota would be ecstatic if it got to this point. Peter Skoronski was still on the board, kind of local product there from Northwestern. Give them Skoronski. They can play him at right tackle. They put him inside at guard, but really beef up that offensive line, help that running game, help Kirk Cousins, who's not mobile. And he's the best player on the board, in my opinion, at 23. So give them Skoronski.
Skoronski going to the Vikings. All right. And then we got the Jaguars. So Jaguars, I'm going to try to roll with the best player available. Best player available. The tight end still hasn't signed his sheet yet, so we'll see what happens there. I'm going Joey Porter Jr. Give him some help in the cornerback room with the Jaguars.
That's who I was going to give to the Giants. So, I think the Giants here they stay on the defensive side of the ball. Let's give them Brian Branch, the kind of Swiss Army knife in the secondary. Can play safety, can play the slot, and just gives them some versatility on the back end of that defense.
Cool. And then the Cowboys. The Cowboys can go so many different ways. They're really talented. They already are a really ridiculously talented team already. I'm gonna go. What was the issue with the Cowboys? The issue could be the quarterback, but they're not going quarterback here. Let's see here. I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys. Let's roll with some more. Let's go on this. Let's go offense. I'll go offensive line, and then let me see. They already got that. Oh, the Cowboys are hard. I'll go with Broderick Jones from Georgia. highest
Yeah, they
grade,
get,
the highest graded player on the board. I just roll with that one because they do have a lot of the pieces already.
yeah, they just slide Smith in and let him play left guard. Tyron Smith's getting up there in age. They need to rebuild that offensive line. Buffalo is interesting. They can go in a lot of different directions. I think they need help on the offensive line, but I also think they need help in the defensive secondary. They've got some guys banged up. Let's give them Deontay Banks, the cornerback out of Maryland. So they went, I believe, corner last year. They took the kid out of Florida. They're going to double down and take Banks out of Maryland.
Okay, Maryland. All right, 28. Let's roll. We're talking about the Bengals. All the weapons in the world you could ever want. I'm gonna go. I'm probably overdrafting these tight ends because I just love them so much. I think this is a great spot for Dalton Kincaid. If I can get that up there. Yep, Dalton Kincaid will go to the Bengals here at 28. Give them another weapon here offensively.
Yeah, the Saints are interesting at 29. Derek Carr, we all know, is now over there. Let's give them the big wide receiver out of TCU, Quentin Quentin Johnston. Add him to that mix. Give him a big receiver. We know Carr likes to throw some of those fade balls in the end zone, and he likes those bigger body guys. So I think he'd be a good fit with the Saints.
All right, and then the Eagles. Again, you go to the Super Bowl, you get 2 first-round picks. Gotta love life. Let's see here. I am gonna roll. They live on that. They live on those lines. I'm gonna roll with Brian Reese from Clemson. Just trying to give them more beef in that rotation. They love rotating those defensive linemen.
Kansas City, click on the all button. Just look at the list. I think I know who I want. I want to make sure there's not someone sitting there. There's not. So let's give them, they need a wide receiver here. They lost Tyreek Hill. They obviously lost Mikael Hardman. I'm going to give them Jalen Hyatt, the wide receiver out of Tennessee. I would take Hyatt over Flowers at this point. Let's give him to the Chiefs.
I thought you were going Flowers, but you went Hyatt on that one.
I'm going to go Hyatt.
Cool. All right. So that is the first round. If I can get Hyatt to go. So that's our first round.